welcome to Lost Dog Gallery. We are a gallery and studio space located next to Highland Park in downtown Indianapolis. We are hosting our first virtual show, and we'd like to welcome local artist Cathy Williams. Welcome, Cathy. Thank you for being our first artist at Lost Dog Gallery for our first virtual show. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and your art?
Thank you, Allie. And also I'd like to thank you, Darren, for inviting me to have an exhibition here at your beautiful Lost Dog Art Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm Cathy Williams, Cathy Williams Art, and I have been a creative all my life. However, when I retired from Eli Lilly and Company is when it really started pouring out of me. And I took several courses at the Indianapolis Art Center. Mixed media in particular with Bobby K. Owens was my very, very favorite course. And I've never looked back. I live in the Meridian-Kistler area with my wonderful husband and my two adored English bulldogs, Zadie Z and Zola Maxine.
Aww.
And that is where my home studio is.
Nice. Well, we've got lots of different pieces here. Where do you draw inspiration from?
Oh, my inspiration comes from everywhere. Nature. We live near Broad Ripple. I'm up and down alleyways. I'm picking rusty items off the roads and dragging this stuff home along the canal path. Sticks, rocks. I see faces everywhere. And obviously the greats, Picasso, de Kooning, Basquiat, they just turn me on completely. Specifically in today's world, I am friends with Serge Labreguet, a French abstract expressionist artist, who I fell in love with his work when I became very interested in painting. And I followed him through the years, and in fact, we are very, very good friends. So I'm going to give a shout out to Serge and his daughter Sophie. We are in contact all the time.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And just one last question before we take a look around. What materials do you use? What are your favorite to play with? Do they help you convey your messages more deeply? Yeah.
Thank you for that question. The materials I use is acrylic paints. All my work is in acrylic. However, I have used all different types of various media that some people might scratch their heads and say, what? I've used coffee grounds, cement, spackling.
Whoa.
I've used my coffee, and I've used wine, but I stopped using wine because I prefer to drink my wine rather than splash it all over a canvas. But anything and everything I use, collage, paper, cardboard, you name it, I've used it.
That's so fun. That's awesome. Well, if you'd like, we can go ahead and check out a few pieces done by Cathy.
Well, this is Radical Personality, and this is a 5 foot tall by 4 feet wide on canvas piece. This evokes a lot of emotion with people. I've had people, close friends, come over and break down in tears, which startled me at first because I've never had that reaction before with new work. But then it really made me feel good as this person was weeping and saying, where did all this come from? There is a lot of gestural movement. As you can see, the brushwork is pretty frenetic. There are many, many, many layers of paint in this. There's collage. There is a lot of pencil work, mark making. I'm a big believer of mark making. And although this has a lot of crazy expressions in it, there is a nice calm spot that you can venture to. So it's a neat place that you can really just sit and enjoy a glass of wine and just let it take you wherever it takes you. I never force a narrative on any of my viewers or my clientele. I'd like to introduce you to So Happy Together. This is another large piece, 5 feet tall by 4 foot. And this is the most remarkable painting of all my paintings. This has a remarkable amount of layering. There is every bit of the mark making is done with all types of tools. One day I walked in my studio and I placed this canvas on the floor. I went and got my large orbital sander and I just started wreaking havoc. I love to destroy fresh paintings, and I do that in a lot of my work. But this one, I went through layers and layers and layers. And to my surprise, one day, as I was doing that, this man's face started emerging through the layers. It was such a great surprise that I kept sanding and sanding. And then this lovely lady's face appeared. And I thought, oh, you guys are meant to be together. And the rest is history. It was just a gleeful experience to be able to put these two people together. They get a lot of surprising questions because people just can't believe they're so unusual and so kind of strange. Their beady little eyes, and you can see the scrape marks from my sander, and I just love them to death. They almost went to live with 2 wonderful men in Chicago, but at the last minute they went with another piece of mine. So I'm kind of happy they still live with me at my home.
Thank you, Cathy, so much for coming into Lost Dog Gallery for our first virtual show. It's been such a pleasure having you, and we are such a fan of your artwork. Thank you again for everything. If you want to let our viewers know how they can check out more of your work, that'd be great.
Thank you, Allie. And again, thank you, Darren. It's been such a pleasure to be here in this beautiful venue. This space, this gallery is fabulous. And I hope when COVID is far behind us that we'll be able to come back and enjoy many, many shows and First Fridays here with a glass of wine maybe.
Yes,
wouldn't that be delightful? I would love to thank everyone for tuning in. This is really, really great. And please follow me on Instagram. You can find me at Cathy, and that's Cathy with a C, Williams, WMS Art 55. Cathy Williams Art 55. I'd love to have you follow me. Thank you so very, very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.